Varvatos has become the most powerful demon lord in the world, but as there was no one to be his peer, he became extremely lonely. Due to his power and status, he found himself lacking of friends and unable to make any. He decides to reincarnate. In the distant future, celebrating his 10th birthday, a black-haired boy named Ard is revealed to be the reincarnation of Varvatos. However, his parents, Jack and Carla, are unaware of that. Ard has retained all of his memories as Varvatos, and in his new body he has also a great aptitude for combat and magic. While learning about the world, he noticed that the level of education and magic knowledge has dropped quite a bit since he was last alive. His dream is to make lots of friends this time around to avoid being lonely again. However, as he tries to approach other children of his own age, it becomes apparent he does not know how to casually chat with someone. This results in all of the other kids just running away from him. The major of the village they live in and his parents' best friend, Weiss, gives some advice to Ard on how to socialize. But even that does not help Ard understand just how to talk to his peers without creeping them out. Going to the forest to vent his frustrations on some monsters, Ard happens upon a little girl that is about the same age as him. Upon seeing her, she reminds him of Lydia, who was important to him, but had perished while he was still Varvatos. Approaching the girl, Ard declares that he would like to be friends with her. But the girl yells that he knows nothing about her before running away in tears. Returning to his home, Ard finds Weiss there with the same girl from before. It turns out that the girl is the daughter of Weiss and her name is Irina. From that day onward, Ard tries his best to become friends with Irina, using the fact that their parents are friends as an excuse to meet her. But Irina is stubborn, refusing to become his friend every time he does so. One day, Ard is reviewing his strategies on how to befriend her when the village gets attacked by goblins. Weiss comes running to Ard's parents, telling them that Irina is missing and could be in danger. Remembering that he chased her towards the mountain when asking to become her friend, Ard blames himself for putting her in danger. Promising that he will see to Irina's safety, Ard reveals that he can fly as he heads towards the mountains. Irina finds herself surrounded by goblins. Seeing that she cannot beat them, she is ready to surrender her life to them. But Ard arrives just in time to protect her from their attack. Ard makes short work out of the goblins thanks to his overwhelming powers, saving Irina with ease. Thanks to that, Irina opens up to him, telling him that she does not have any friends as they are all bound to betray her and leave her. Ard knows full well how painful it is to be lonely, so he swears he will never betray her, promising to stay her eternal friend. Several years pass and the two have become very close. One day, Irina asks Ard to enroll in the Academy of Magic together with her. Meeting the headmaster of the academy, Irina and Ard are allowed to skip the practical part of the entry exam. But the headmaster asks them to take the written exam anyway. Irina passes it with ease, but Ard scores 0 points on it, still somehow passing. The headmaster appears before them, explaining that Ard's answers on the exam were so advanced that they go way above what is currently taught to be possible, so they could not give him a fair grading. Declaring in front of other students that they should be grateful to get the chance to study alongside a genius like Ard, who is revealed to be the child of two great heroes, which Ard's parents never actually disclosed to him. In the classroom, Ard and Irina become extremely popular thanks to the headmaster's speech, but some of the students from noble origins do not take kindly upon commoners attaining such attention. Seeing one of the nobles bully another female classmate, Irina decides to act. The noble introduces himself as Alrado, explaining that the girl he is bullying is his useless servant. Ard steps up as well, shaming him for acting that way towards his subordinate. Just as things are about to escalate, a woman with long black hair, animal ears, and a tail steps in. She is their teacher, Olivia. However, instead of putting an end to their disagreement, she decides to supervise the match between Ard and Alrado, allowing them to display who is in the right through their magic power. Ard recognizes her as one of the 4 generals that served under him back when he was Varvatos. After promising to uncover more about him, she decides to give Ard some space for the time being. For their next lesson, the students are asked to form groups of 3. Ard and Irene are swarmed with classmates who want to be in their group, but they decide to ask the pink-haired girl from before to join them, seeing that no one else wants her in their group. She is happy that they want her, introducing herself as Ginny, a succubus. For their tasks, they need to delve into a dungeon, defeat a black wolf, and bring back its hide. It is during their task that they learn of Ginny's insecurity. Apparently, all the years of abuse by Alrado took their toll to the point where she does not believe in her own abilities at all. In order to get her back on her feet, Ard decides to teach her and Irene some of his own magic called script magic, which she should be able to master with ease. Just like Ard expected, Ginny is able to quickly get the grasp of it. As they are celebrating their success, they fall down through a trap straight to the lair of the dungeon's boss monster, a massive minotaur. Using this as a perfect chance to teach Ginny and Irene, Ard weakens the monster, telling Ginny to finish it off on her own. It takes effort for her to snap out of her mindset, but thanks to Ard's encouragement, she does. Using the newly learnt magic, Ginny brings down the powerful foe, which is exactly what she needed to get back on her feet and value herself more. Returning out of the dungeon, Ginny is berated by El Rado once again. But this time she stands up to him, not allowing him to insult her new friends. Together with Irene, they make El Rado run away in shame, while Olivia becomes very intrigued by the fact that Ard taught the two girls script magic. The headmaster asks Ard to participate in the student battle event, which will be attended by the queen herself. Hoping to get more funding for the academy, he would like for him to make a good show of his skills. Ard is reluctant, but Olivia manages to persuade him to at least give it some thought. While he is thinking about it, Ginny comes up to Ard and asks him out on a date. Irene overhears that and insists on coming along as well. Ginny is okay with bringing Irene along, stating how she would love to create a harem for Ard. However, Irene does not want that to happen. The three of them go watch a play together. The play is depicting Varvatos and Lydia during one of their most famous campaigns. The fact that Lydia is so misrepresented is enough to distract Ard from the two cute girls clinging to his arms. After the play is over, they are walking towards a restaurant when they overhear some shady folk planning to set a trap for the queen. Deciding to investigate, they follow the shady individuals underground into the sewers. Confronting them, they learn that this was a deliberate trap for the three of them. Ard is not bothered by it in the slightest, standing up against the strange cultists. His magic knocks out all but one of them with ease. With only their leader left standing, Ard decides to question him. But the leader suddenly transforms into a demon, blowing a hole into the ceiling and flying above ground. Ard follows after him using his flying skill, which surprises the two girls who did not know he could fly. Above ground, the demon grabs a hostage and panic ensues, but thanks to Ard following after him and introducing himself as the child of the legendary heroes, the panicked people calm down. By using some illusion magic, Ard frees the hostage from the demon, forcing him into a desperate escape. But Ard does not let him flee, using a powerful spell to completely obliterate the demon. Thanks to Ard's triumph over the demon, he, Irene, and Ginny are granted audience with the queen, Rosa. It turns out that Rosa and Irene are something like childhood friends, as they seem to know each other well. Rosa decides to reward Ard by taking him as her husband, as she has developed a liking to his personality. However, Irene protests, declaring that Ard is already hers, while Ginny, on the other hand, is happy to add Rosa to Ard's harem of wives. Since Rosa's proclamation sparked quite the commotion, she decides to change the reward for the time being. Instead, she ends up giving Ard the rank of a Pentagon Mage, which is usually reserved for nobility, as well as giving additional funding to the Academy per Ard's request, so he could avoid participating in the battle event. Due to everything that happened, Ard has become quite popular among the girls at the Academy. This takes of Irene, who wants him only for herself. Back in his room, Ard is trying to figure out why Irene is so upset with him. But at that time, Ginny comes into his room. She's only wearing alluring undergarments, stating how she's fine with him having a harem, but that she wants their first time to be with each other. Using her succubus powers, she paralyzes Ard, making him unable to stop her advances. At that moment, Irene bursts into his room wearing seductive undergarments as well. Shocked to find Ard and Ginny together like that, she blames Ard for being a horny pervert. Ginny's spell on Ard is broken as she turns her attention to Irene, teasing her for coming to seduce Ard as well. This sparks rivalry between the two who want to compete for the right to have Ard. Ard has had enough of that, so he reprimands them both, but at that moment one of their teachers, Jessica, bursts into the room as well. She overheard their situation and is offering a solution for them to settle their score. Namely, if the two of them face against each other in the battle event that is coming up, they could easily decide who gets to be with Ard. At the same time, she declares that Ard will be made an instructor as he is way too advanced to be a student, so if the two of them would display the magic he taught them, it would help to establish his credibility as an instructor among the nobility. Ginny and Irene easily agree to that, declaring that they will settle their score at the event. The battle event kicks off, and it turns out that Weiss, Jack, and Carla have been invited as honorary judges. By using the script magic that Ard taught them, both Irene and Ginny manage to win all the way up to the finals. Just as the time for their match arrives, demons who are hiding among the audience reveal themselves and start to wreak havoc. At the same time, explosions from other parts of the city are visible. Jessica quickly organizes everyone to move out and handle the demons, leaving herself and Weiss to help Ginny and Irene handle the ones in the arena. With Weiss helping them, Ginny and Irene manage to defeat the monster summoned by the demons, but Jessica suddenly betrays them, taking out Weiss with a surprise attack from behind. She reveals that she is not in fact Jessica, but Elzur, the frenzied king of dragons, and her goal is to capture Irene. Ginny tries to stop her, but she is no match for Elzur's might. Just as Elzur is about to kill Ginny, Irene stops her, telling her she will kill herself if she does not stop hurting her friend. Elzur decides to humor Irene, capturing her and flying into the distance. Hey, thank you for staying all the way till the end. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. It takes only a second, but it means everything to us. Have a great day and see you in the next video.